Howdy, y'all. Welcome to CardBlitz. This is episode 43. I'm your host, Kelly Reed, joined by my friend, Wayne Chan. Wayne, how's it going?
Hey, Kelly, can you? Hey, how's everyone doing?
Hey, it's a football Saturday, but it's also a World Series Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah, this evening for sure. Last night is it's very, very exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't. I only got to watch the
Uh-huh.
highlights last night, but man, it looked like it came down to like the
Same.
ninth inning, and even then, it was a close game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a very close game. I mean, both teams are great team, people can look under this maybe J, but any team that you can make it to a World Series, and there's no, I mean, little bit of luck involved, but you need to be the good team to able to make it to the World Series. So
Yeah.
both either I mean I'm Dodger fan myself, but either one of it win, I'm happy for either one team fans.
Well, as I say, Wayne, why don't you, for the viewers that aren't familiar with you, tell us a little bit like about your collecting journey and how you got into cards and this opportunity to to show off some of your cool cards.
Okay, so I started collecting when I was younger. I'm originally from born in Taiwan, so the baseball is really a big probably the major sport in most Asian country like Korea, Japan, Taiwan. So um I played baseball when I was younger, and also that's a lot of people how they get into a cars when they practice some sport and then they're still watching baseball. So for me, watching a lot the Japanese baseball, they call the NBPD, the Nippon Professional Baseball League, and the Chinese Professional League. Well, it's Taiwan. That's a little complicated, but it called the Chinese Professional Baseball League, but it's the Taiwanese Professional Baseball League. So that's how I kind of get into it. And when I was probably about 10, I started getting into collecting baseball cards. So and that's kind of how I get into it, and just kind of you know collecting a little bit, and when I think that's probably about 3 years ago, it's right around the COVID time, I decided to moving back from Maine to Arizona, and I realized that I'm still a full-time student at the ASU, and I realized, okay, well, I can probably do this on the side as like a side business while I'm attending university. So that's kind of how I get into the car, and I think that's kind of how I was able to get in touch with be a friend with you and with other great people in the fireside group. So that's kind of just how I get into the car. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned you grew up in Taiwan, and that's a country that's near and dear to my
Yeah.
heart. My wife is from Taiwan, so I love
Oh,
going
okay.
there and spending time. Um, and I've been to a couple of the Taiwanese baseball games over the years. How did you like?
Oh.
You said you got into cards, like, and you mentioned you like the Dodgers. How did that happen? How did you become a Dodgers
Yeah.
fan in Taiwan?
Uh, so my the first player I collect is actually a Japanese player. I think you're probably very familiar with Hideo Nomo.
Yes,
So
Hideo,
the
the tornado,
tornado.
man.
Yeah, so that's actually that's my kind of my I think my second it's kind of even though it's my first player I collect, but actually the second card I got. I mean the first card I got is the 1955 1956 actually, the 56 Sandy Koufax card.
Hmm.
And from my godfather. So my dad was have a little bit of business back and forth from Taiwan and US. So my godfather, well, unfortunately, Bob he's passed away. But uh, when I was younger, he know I play baseball cards, so he gave me one of the 56 Sandy Koufax card. So that's kind of how I get into it. But actually, my first player I really like in my actually my probably spend money on it is Chemical Normal, and Normal later on joined the Dodgers, so that's how I gained like my first exposure to the major league, and so that's how I could kind of just the Dodger, and also well, technically the second player in Taiwanese Taiwanese player that it's technically first, but because the first player is actually they. I don't think he made it to the major league, but the second Taiwanese player who get into who was the first one in the major league, his name I think it's a Chen Jingfeng. He
Hmm.
is the first Taiwanese player, and also he signed with the Dodgers. So that's kind of that's a lot of people when they first a lot of Taiwanese even actually especially like people my age or older, we probably all probably watching Dodger first, because the history Dodger have in Taiwan with a lot of Taiwanese player.
Right. I remember 1990. It might have been 1996 or 1997 that summer.
Yeah,
I was in Taiwan at that time, and
yeah,
Nike had a promotional tour with Frank Thomas and Hideo Nomo, and so I went
yeah.
and saw them in Taoyuan.
I see. Yeah, and also I don't remember which year is it. Taiwan. I think the Dodgers did went to Taiwan. I think it's in 1997. Went to Taiwan to play a little like a kind of like a tour of Japan stuff. Similar to that. So I think that's a lot of people know, and I know. And also when I moved to America when I was 14, I was living in LA, so it's kind of how I just also kind of continued that trend to just watching Dodger play. And since I was since I come to the US, so I'm very familiar with it, and so that's why I kind of like the Dodger, and ever since. Yeah,
Well, one of these days we'll have to reunite and talk Hideo Nomo, but today's focus
yeah,
is
definitely.
kind of getting to know you and your cards, and I got some for show and tell. Did you bring any cards for show and tell?
Yeah, I actually bring quite a bit. So I think I also do a lot of Japanese baseball stuff.
Hmm.
And for me, I personally very like the history of the tour of Japan. Like since the 1929, the first two I don't think it's 93. I forgot what year is it, but since like the San Francisco seal all the way to more of the current day still continues tradition with the major league and the Nippon Professional Baseball League. So I my collection is more like very diverse, I guess, in a way. Just a lot of, and also my collection, I don't really like. For me, like I just want to say like a lot of I think this is and collection is different from people to people, and for me, I don't really consider value like value wise. It doesn't really. It's not like the main thing of my personal collection. I mean, I know it's kind of weird to say as like a car dealer to say value is not the primary driver for my collection, but for me, like my collection is really like I don't really care about value. Like value wise, it doesn't really matter for me as much. It's more of a just the car itself and also interesting. So, like I said earlier, I watch a lot of Japanese baseball and Taiwanese baseball. So for my focus is Asia players. So just kind of give a little bit of like no context. So before I show some of the stuff I have.
All right, man. Well, I mean, if you don't mind, I'll let you go first. Show off one of the cool cards you have, and
Sure.
kind of tell us the story that
Okay.
goes with that card.
Okay, so the first question, like I said, Hideo Nomo is really my first car I ever I like. This is not my first car, but I don't really know where the car is. But so this is actually a very interesting car. It's the 1990 Takara the Takara Hinokonomo rookie card, and that's his only card in the 1990s. That's the year he was in the he got drafted in the Nippon Professional Baseball League. So he have a lot of 1991 BBN, but this is the only 1990 card he have. And actually, it's not really technically a card. It's actually more like playing the game. So on the back, you can see is I have a bunch of like a dice. It's actually like a dice game, and I don't have any of the seal set with me, but there's a couple like a seal set with I haven't seen any 1990, but there's a lot of like a seal set from 1993 to I believe it's 97 for the and I recently acquired those. Unfortunately, those are already sold it, but you have like it's a complete set with like a team. It's a team set, so I have a lot of like the Ishiro one, and it come with like a dice and also the board, the paper board to play with as well.
Wayne,
So this
that
is about
that
the this is
that
the
is a
first
cool
this
card
yeah
though, man. 1990 Buffaloes.
yeah
Dude, that is so cool,
yeah
man.
and also yeah so and this and you can see how like how young he is when you do how young he is like compared to now it's like the old Ji-san or the little older gentleman. So yeah, and the second I want to show is that, like I said, I mean, it's a little contradict what I said before about value, but I think sometimes this is really something unique, and that's kind of what my focus collecting, like a new uniqueness. So this is like a card. It's like I said, I really like the true for Japan stuff. So and I kind of very kind of getting attached to the history of it and also I'm Dodger fan. So this is 19. So the Dodgers did play a tour of Japan back on 1956 and 1966. So this is a 1956 tour of Japan program with Jackie Robinson's autograph on it. If you're not sure you guys can see it,
Uh,
right?
yeah.
I think it's right here. Yeah, and I kind of I acquired this because it's just kind of by luck, but it's a very interesting pieces because just not just because Jackie Robinson's autograph is somewhat valuable, but also as we all know that he retired after the 56 1950s and the tour of Japan is played after the World Series. So I I'm not 100% confident, but I would say there's a very big chance this autograph could be his last few all-time signed autograph because there's not much chance for anyone in Japan back on the 50, 60 have the ability to send this program to Jackie and then he sign and then ship it back to Japan. So and just for that, I think this is probably one for like a core the core item in my collection because just the history of it and also the after I got this magazine site this site magazine I was doing some more research on it and then I do find out that Jackie Robinson did I think after he retired when I'm not sure who asking him that but he did say he have a lot of culture shock when on the tour of Japan trip. So make this I do think that make this science program very interesting and also the historic in whether it's a historical value or just a uniqueness of the item.
Well, I was gonna say it's certainly unique and it's a very cool piece, and I'm glad that that's one that you have for your collection.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one I want to show is like I said I also I think as you know, I am probably kind of the Mango guy that everyone into stuff, and so for me, I not just I a lot of Mango card myself, and really a lot of like old Japanese cards. So this is another player I collect. The Victor Stafford is the the first professional baseball player, probably the first person. So I think he's still probably considered as the foreigner pitcher in the Japan in the Nippon Professional Baseball League, and he's the first 300 win pitcher, and he's have a very interesting also sad story on it. Like he was in the concentration camp because the World War II, and also he's sort of kind of get the reason he get into the professional is sort of kind of got blackmailed into it. Not really willing it with, but there's a lot of history with it might take a little longer to explain that, but so if anyone interested, probably can go Google it. It is a very interesting, also kind of sad story about about but
Oh yeah,
kind of died tragically too. So yeah,
I was gonna say I've a like a I think it's a 1951 Manko
yeah,
Starfin card, and it's hand cut, but it's a cool looking card. It's raw,
yeah,
but it just like you said, the history of the game and who he was and his impact in the Japanese
yeah,
Baseball League, it's incredible. And Yeah, like you said, he had a great run professionally, and unfortunately, he had a tragic passing. But yeah, he's that is definitely a cool card that you have, and one
Yeah,
that I'm sure you're going to keep for a long time.
yeah. I actually have about maybe 40 different Starfin card. I just try to collect any they call the bromide card or the Mako card. That if I don't have it, I'll just kind of collect it as a player around. Like I don't think I will ever finish it because there's just a lot of different one out there and then a lot of uncatalyzed ones. Just but I kind of love it and I kind of sort of how you say like attached to his story that like kind of feel kind of feel sad but also like admire his first person play and his story is very touching to say the
Oh,
least.
definitely, definitely. And
Yeah,
I'll include a link, maybe perhaps
yeah,
his like Wikipedia page, or maybe if I find something on
yeah,
YouTube to share out so that viewers can get to know Victor Starfin and
yeah,
his story as well.
yeah. Okay, and this next card shows this is kind of just a fun card I like. So, I like I said, no, a card normal. So obviously, Ichiro it will be in the range collection. So, I don't really keep all the Ichiro cards. It's the only one card I really wanted. I don't think I'm gonna get anytime soon. It's a 1995 upper deck card when he hold a the basketball card. That's a weird basketball card, but that's kind of weird, rare and very rare and expensive card. I'm not sure I'm gonna get anytime soon, but like I said, I collect the rare card, and this is actually the only card he has as a sort of as a pitch.
Huh.
So you have a lot of like a batting card, but it's kind of, I think he always say he wanted pitching in the All Star game, and he actually did one back the '96 in the Japanese All Star thing All Star game. He actually was a pitcher.
The Chiro.
And this is the only car. Yeah, this is the only car I ever find that he was like pitching them now. And I'm not sure. I don't think there's going to be any other his car type of car, car like this. So kind
Wayne,
of that's just kind of
uh,
a weird car find and just put my collection. Yeah,
I was gonna say, Wayne, there's I saw like on like an Instagram reel, uh,
yeah.
Ichiro with a baseball from outfield, and he's like hitting three different bottles from like, and he's just like spot on.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think he is still like training as he was still in the major league even to this day. So yeah, I'm not surprised because he was in Japan a lot right now to promote the women's baseball. So he actually he and Hideki Matsui is actually have like in like like a play like an exhibition game with a lot of high school like women's team in Japan. So if you go to just type in Japanese high school woman baseball and Ichiro, you probably can find some like this year's like a video with him play. He put him play game and you can see he's still very fit and he probably if he even needed he probably can still play as like a like a fourth outfielder or fifth outfielder. I will not be surprised he still can play. So yeah,
Man, I was gonna say, I know in Taiwan when I was there this summer, they have a
yeah,
women's baseball league over there as well. So it started to
yeah,
grow in the Asian market. I wonder how
yeah,
long will it take? Maybe the US already has this market. I'm just not aware of it. What do you think about that?
yeah. I don't know. I think it's still a long way to go, but I'm glad to see, there's just a different type of, the woman to participate in the baseball, and this it's a good thing good thing like like we see the rating of the WNBA. It's overall, I think it's a good thing that we all have a variety of different type of sport to watch, and also everybody can participate in a great sport for baseball.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I was gonna show
Mm.
off a couple of my Ohtani cards if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
One
yeah,
I got from you, and it's this
yeah,
very cool one here, this All-Star card.
yeah. Oh, yeah. The All-Star card. Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, you hooked me up with this, and it's a beautiful card. And
Yeah,
man, I mean, Wayne, I really appreciate it. It's one of my favorites in my
yeah,
collection.
no
I just,
problem. Yeah,
the Cowboy cards, I'm fascinated with a lot of the Ohtani 2013 to like 2017
yeah.
cards, pre-US days. Do you know very much about those cards?
Yes. So, I was lucky enough. I was actually before my previous just was sent me to Japan back on 2013 and 14. So I was fortunate enough to watch him play when he was a rookie and back then 2013. And that's kind of how I get into a lot of his Japanese card. And to this day, I would say I don't really, I kind of focus a lot of my collection for Otani is just in Japanese card, just fascinating and like, I'm not sure that's in top anything, but just in comparison, the card quality and also the imaging they use, I think is far more superior to what Topps did. Not to say Topps is a bad company, just in comparison. If you want to compare two, in my opinion, is more. I like a lot more Japanese car, and they are more like even getting into like a print run and all that is far more less, make it far more rare, and also just overall, I think the car look better. Just in my opinion, like I just kind of overall just kind of, and also maybe biased because I when I collecting his patent 13, there's no any like no top scar no until like 2018, right? Individually. So for me, just my personal, I like a lot his Japanese card. Like the only I have a lot of his Japanese card in my collection, and I only have one 2018 card is because it's because just it's a cool card to have the Independence Day with Ichiro and Otani.
Oh,
That's the
that
only
is
top card I ever have. So yeah, so and like I said, if you have any question you want to ask for like a 2013 car, I'm happy to answer here and to give your viewer a little bit more knowledge on the or a little bit more knowledge and a little more nuance on the
I do have
different
two
type of car.
questions on that, Wayne.
Yeah,
First question,
sure,
you were there, you're saying you were in Japan in 2013, 14,
yeah,
and you were able to watch
yeah,
Otani play baseball, right?
yeah, yeah.
Was he like just kind of a unique phenomena to see, or was he hyped up and everyone knew in Japan, like, hey, this guy's unique and he's gonna pitch, he's also gonna, swing the bat. Like, how was it back then? Like, how did the
So
average Japanese person take this?
So it's a very mixed reaction. Like I said, like like you hit the first thing is true is he was very famous on that 2013 class because he was. I think there's already a major league team tried to approach him. I think Dodger was the one team tried to approach him, to convince him to skip the Japanese league to just come to America. So and because he already expressed the back in high school, he already expressed the interest to be the tour player now, not the player he's now. But so he actually was kind of telling a lot of Japanese team to not draft him. Because in Japanese is a little weird. You don't have to like actually put your name there. They when you hit eligibility, you're going to be automatically in the draft. So they
Right.
can still draft you and not you I think it's similar in the US, but like so he was very famous back then already just because the truly tried to both league I tried to want him to be elite and but also in the way that I there's a different in culture like some Japanese are actually think he is kind of cocky to think that he can do do
Yeah, do
this
both.
in both league, right? I mean do both and a lot of people thinking that he probably not really take the professionally like seriously, think that he can actually do both. And and also the fact that there's not a lot of Japanese, like, prospect, or you can call it prospect. One player will tell the Japanese, he say, yo, don't draft me. Like, this is a very unusual thing as a culture over, well, not just a Japanese culture, also Asia culture. Like, this is really unusual. So it's a very mixed I think it's kind of similar when he come to the US on the 2018. It's a very mixed reaction. Or some people just don't think he was succeed, and some people like myself, I think back then I would say yeah, interesting thing, but we'll see how that play out. So So
Mhm.
he's very controversial when he first started in the 2020.
Interesting. And obviously, we are recording this episode before
Yep,
tonight's game, Game
yep,
7 of the World Series, and I saw this afternoon that Ohtani is going to start for the
yep.
Dodgers on the mound tonight.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I just saw that like before we started. Yeah, it's not surprising because I think because the current rule either like I think if he's not starting, I don't think they can pull him back to the DH after he pitching if he's as a reliever. So it kind of makes sense either they just not pitching him not using him as a pitcher until like a late inning or as a starter. So but I it's very interesting to see that I think this is second time he pitching in the short in the short rest for 3 days. So but I will not be surprised if we do something very very dramatic tonight. So
Well,
I'm looking forward to it.
we're gonna find out in a few hours, Wayne. Another
Yep,
card I was gonna
definitely.
show you,
Yeah,
man, was I've got this Tops Now card of
yeah,
Ohtani. It's all in
yeah.
like the Japanese,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah. That's
I like this card because it's unique. Not,
yeah,
like you said, the value, that's not the important part. I think the uniqueness of the card,
yeah,
it's
yep,
cool looking, man. And, I wish Topps would do more of these kind of cool cards for international players.
yeah. Yeah, those I think probably Otani probably is the only one I think top did that because so I think on the 2018 every like the top now release they do basically they have a top Japan they release the Japanese exclusive top now card essentially they release a top now version in Japanese
Hmm.
so yeah so I think that's how that card come about. Oh, and it's kind of yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like I do have a few car I should put on my showcases and stuff. People always come and say, "Hey, we'll never see any Topps car in Japanese." So it's a very interesting, unique car for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Hey, I was gonna say, going back to the Japanese issue cards. So,
yeah,
is it like a hierarchy of like preference? Because I've heard about like you have the
yeah,
Calbee, and then there's
yeah,
a couple of other brands as well.
yeah. Okay, so it's look, so on if we talk about just 2013 alone, there's three different type of company. Well, majority is a BBN, the baseball magazine card. So I think I have one here I can show. Oh, yeah, I do. So this is one of a BBN card in my collection. It's the 2013 they call Pitching Perfect
Okay.
card. It's out of 75 and it's a kind of unique card. I kind of clean up a lot of my uh 2013 Japanese card. I just kind of focus on the stuff that's more rare and more like a serial number and cool card. So this is one of the card they have for the manufacturer of it. So it depends. I think how you look at it. Are you talking about like a value wise or just like
I'm just kind of curious, like
collectability of it?
the availability. I think because the dollar
Okay,
amount
so
for a collector, I
yeah,
just collect. I'm not looking to resell. I'm not,
yep,
I'm not going to
yep.
retire on it, but I do
I
like
see.
looking at cool cards.
Okay. Okay, so back to the manufacturer. So that's the one of it, and the one that you showed the Kelpie card. That's the other card. No, the other manufacturer. And actually, Kelpie they don't really sell the card. I don't have any example with me to show, but I can send you a picture later when I'm heading back to Japan in November again. So I probably can grab a pack, grab a back to show you. So essentially, the Kelpie card you got, they actually don't sell the card. They actually is a potato chip company. So they will put the card like a card on the back on this on outside the potato chip, and you buy the potato chip and you get the card. You get a pack of card for
So
like I think it's one card per pack.
you can see the card outside of the bag and say, "Hey, I
Yeah,
want that."
but
That's
no,
awesome.
the pack you still cannot see the inside
Oh,
what the card is.
it's just inside
But
the bag.
Yeah, no, it's outside. They stick on the outside, but the pack you cannot see that what exact card you get. I guess that's why.
Oh, okay. So random
Yeah,
player, but and you
yeah.
can't see the
You
card, but it's
still.
on outside of the
Yeah.
bag, like adhesive,
Yes.
something sticky, and then pull it
Yeah.
out. All right.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's a three different card. The card you show and the other two card. Like I said, I kind of just kind of condensed my collection, so I don't really have any Kelp card with me at the moment. Because I one card I couldn't find it. So yeah, that's the there's only one Kelp
Lucky
card I have on
me.
my collection.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Wayne. Lucky me, right?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, actually, let me give me 1 second. I think I have one just graded real quick. Should
That's all good, man.
No, I actually no, I have a with me right here. So this is the other Kelpie card, and personally, I do so this a lot, and I just this is so like if you ask my ranking of it, I just kind of based on my like the people I sell card to, like their preference and all that. So for the Kelby card, like you said, the the BBN, and there's a lot of different card in BBN, and I see the card people are very interesting is they call the first version the Red Wing card, the card number 183. Actually, that card is kind of for some reason I'm not sure how, but it kind of got pulled out in eBay. Like there's a lot all of a sudden I think stuff like 3 weeks ago, people are kind of just going crazy asking for that Pacific card.
hmm
Or I'm not sure what the reason is, but that's the card. If
Something about they playing
I
off
know we say
Second
we don't
World
talk about
Series.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we don't talk about value, but if your listener is like to like sort of invest into the card, that's probably the card to get. And not just my opinion, but not the financial advice. More of like
Yeah.
if you're looking
No, this is
for
only
most
entertainment.
value out of it, that's probably the card. Yeah. Yeah. So the Kelby card, the people most interesting is this card. Is he the other Kelby card called Exciting Room. So essentially, it's a card that have his there's a few card he have on his batting and pitching in the same card. So this is
Yeah.
the one of them. I think the other one is in the BBN, the one of the Pomo card.
Hmm.
So that's the other card that he have. He's on his batting and pitching in the front of the same picture. So this is one
That's
of the
a
card that
beautiful,
people
I would
like a
say
lot.
that's a
Yeah,
beautiful card, and it shows the uniqueness of
yeah,
Ohtani, and I'm sure
yeah,
it's a high demand card because it shows pitching and hitting. Like it's incredible, man.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people seem to like that card a lot.
Yeah.
So the third brand is I put it's a company, but I kind of pulling into the same same manufacturer. I mean, they are all game cards. So Japan is a very big the video game and arcade. I mean, most arcade we know the Street Fighter. Those are come from those are a lot of come from Japan. So they do make outside. A lot of people don't consider this technically a trading card, but you know, to me, it's a collectible. It doesn't really make much difference. So this is the third company, and also the Bandai. I think a lot of people who play video game know know what this company is. The Bandai is one of a very famous video game company. So this is a one of a card, the one with like a video card. So you can see the game card. So you can see on the back, you have like a little QR code and also like the game stat of his no, when the
Yeah.
2013 whatever this game is, the hit stack. So this is one of the card. This is probably like a third card, like third type of card, like a game card. So he also have the company called Konami. They also make a card for him as well. So this is a three major company, well,
So there are
four.
four total, right?
Yeah, yeah. So two. What when I kind of for me, I think I get category like this is snack card, Kelpie card, actual trading
The
card, BBN, and also the game card. So this is like three different type of card. If you anyone interested in it, this is like the three general different type of card that you can have. And he's I still this is one of the card I really want to get outside the 1995 Upper Deck Ichiro. I want to get, but also he have very little 2013 rookie autograph card. There's only 115 card of his 2013 autograph, and there's probably, if I'm not wrong, there's only 15 is not a sticker.
Actual hand
So
signed.
actual hand sign card in the both game. So
Yeah,
it's not
very
even
rare.
on the card. It's a very rare card. I haven't even seen one in person yet, but that's one of the card I'm chasing. But I don't think I'm gonna get it until I in my grave, I guess.
Dude.
But that's one of a kind. Interesting. Just see it will probably fulfill my dream. So yeah,
Well, as I mentioned, Wayne, as we're kind of wrapping up, got a couple of minutes
yeah,
left. When
sure.
you're in Japan, if you get a chance in November to make a pit stop, I heard there's a
Yep.
card show in Taipei in November.
Oh, I'm not going to Taiwan this time, so
I'm saying
unfortunately,
if
yeah.
you could make the little trip south for a couple hours, it'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Probably. I will keep that in mind. Yeah. Probably not happening, but if I do, I will let you know.
dude, you
Yeah.
never know, man. You're living the life of Wayne, so we'll see, man.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to say thank you again. I'm
Yeah.
sure
No
you're going
problem.
for the
Yeah.
Dodgers tonight. Uh,
Yeah.
I predicted that they would be in the World Series, so, and I thought that they
Yeah.
would win back in March. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's
Yeah. We'll
all
see.
down
Yeah.
to Game 7.
Yeah, it's a go. I will hope it's going to be exciting game and Dodger will come on top. But if a Blue Jay come on top, like I said, this they both are great team.
Yeah,
I
someone's
don't
gonna
see
win.
why either one of them wins. Yeah, so we'll just probably not another 18 inning game. That would be great. It's a torture to watching 18 inning game for the B7. So yeah,
Well, we'll see,
yeah.
man.
So
Well,
we'll
Wayne,
see.
thank
Yeah,
you again,
yeah.
man.